Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in once again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And we are going to start off by giving some shout outs, okay? So this shout out is to Sheila Rollins, at least I hope that's how you pronounce your name, for her comment on the book review titled Hold You Down. And yes, once you read the book, comment your thoughts. I'm glad that you have purchased the book. Hopefully you have gotten it by now. Maybe you've even cracked it open by now. And if you have, I hope you are enjoying it, okay? But let me know what you think once you finish the book. And also another shout out to Alicia Nguyen. Thank you for your comment on the review for the same video, Hold You Down. Yes, absolutely. Narrators can kill or bring more life to a story. I think the basis is what the author writes. They have to have a good story for the narrator to convey it. I mean, that's the first step. I mean, if it's a bum story, it's a bum story. The narrator can only do so much, right? So the writer has to first write a great story. But a narrator can indeed give it that extra oomph or just kill it. So I do wonder if the authors have a say in who the narrator is, and if the authors actually listen to the audio version before it's finalized to find out if the narrator conveyed the story properly with, voice inflections and, just the overall tone and attitude that's brought out while narrating the book. I definitely wonder if that's the case, or if it's just the author has no say so, and the publishing company determines all of that if they use the publishing company, But yes, narrators are like actors for books. They play out the story verbally for us. So yeah, I agree. They can make or break a book for sure. So now let's go ahead and get into this story. This review is on a book called Georgia Bottoms by Mark Childress. And I think that's how he pronounces his name. I actually do have the physical copy of the book, and this is what it looks like. I thought the colors were nice. Obviously some lady shoes. I was like, well, what's going on? Is she laying down? Is she dead? What happened? So that was kind of like, what's going on? So let's go ahead and get into it. So this story takes us on a ride in the life of Georgia Bottoms, and I don't know for what reason, but I really like the name Georgia Bottoms, okay? The story is set in 6 Points, Alabama in 2001. Now, Georgia and her family is well known in the community, and some would say she is a pillar of it. She is living in a home she grew up in with her mother, Little Mama, and her brother. Now, for the life of me, I listened to the audiobook, and for the life of me, at the end, I thought, oh shoot, what's the brother's name? And so I went back flipping through the book to find the brother's name, and I couldn't find the brother's name. People just called him brother. So I don't know what the brother's name is. His name is Brother. I really did try to go back and find out what his name was, but I was not going to go back through every single page to try and find it. But I went to some spots where I thought they would have mentioned his name, and they didn't mention his name. So I was like, well, what's his name? So when you read it, if you come across his name, comment what the brother's name is, okay? So Georgia has a good life, but she holds a few secrets. I mean, who doesn't, right? Two of them are pretty major, okay? And we get a glimpse in Georgia's life, and she clues us in on how she's been able to support herself and her family. Georgia has a roster of clients that she provides sexual experiences to. Yes, you heard me. You heard me right. Yes, yes. And these men are influential in the community and have contributed to her finances over the years. Okay? Georgia discloses her methods and system of how she regulates these clients, which, once you think about it, it's kind of impressive. I mean, yeah, I was like, man, you're a busy woman. Well, all was good and dandy until one of these clients had the compulsion to confess his sins. Now, this leads to swift action on George's part. And now you'll have to read the book to find out how Georgia gets out of this sticky situation. And I will say, Georgia is not to be messed with, okay? She was like, you are not about to mess up this good thing that I got going on here. And when I was reading it, my thought was, Georgia ain't trying to go get no job. Georgia is not trying to go get no job like everybody else. That is not what she's trying to do. So if you are coming for one of her means of finances, yeah, you about to get that work, okay? And you're gonna have to find out what Georgia does and how she does it. And I was like, dang, Georgia, shoot, you was just like, bam. The second big secret is Georgia has a son, Nathan, that nobody in the community knew about, okay? She has hidden this son from everyone. Now Nathan causes a stir in Georgia's life that was unexpected. How, you may ask? Well, you already know. You have to read the book to find out how Nathan puts a monkey wrench in Georgia's life, okay? It causes an all-out uproar with little mama and the local police department. Poor little mama, bless her heart. There are several supporting characters that bring life to this story, okay? The clients of Georgia's get a rude and abrupt awakening when she decides the truth will set her free. You will have to read the book to find out how this confession unfolds and why. Let's just say blackmailing is a nasty business and doesn't always turn out the way it was intended, okay? And we already know Georgia do not play. Georgia has always come to the rescue of her brother, okay? She has protected him over the years and gotten him out of situations due to her and her family's connections. Now, brother has gotten into legal trouble yet again, even though he's currently on probation. Like, brother does not learn his lessons, okay? Brother doesn't last long on this probation when he is in yet another pickle, okay? And you will have to read the book to find out if brother gets himself together or continues to make bad life decisions, okay? Georgia has a best friend since childhood, Crystal, whom decided to up and move from the community she had grown up in and served the community as mayor. Yep, you guessed it, Georgia has something to do with this decision. And you'll have to read the book to find out what role Georgia played in Crystal deciding to resign from being mayor, pack up, and move. And then we come to a little mama who is a pill and a half, okay? She is identifiably racist, and her behavior, although came across comically, I just couldn't help but think of the deadly repercussions her actions could have prompted. Like, this lady, I was like, oh wow. Now, taken into context, she has dementia. So that plays a part in it. She's racist, which plays a part in it. And so this is a mix for disaster, to tell you the truth. Her actions could have been catastrophic. And not only for the time period little mama grew up in, I mean, because if it was in the time period she grew up in, it sure would have definitely had a deadly ending. Which those views and outcomes we continue to see play out in today's time as well. So it was kind of like, little mama, you need to go back in your bedroom and chill out and watch TV and mind your business, okay? But I'm going to let you read the book to find out what little mama did and how it all panned out, okay? And so there's going to be a little bit of drama well, there's a lot of drama in this book, okay? There are some triggers to mention. There is cursing, sexual content, cheating, religious commentary, suicidal ideation, racial slurs and comments. There's also commentary about when 9/11 happened. The story is on a lighter side of these triggers, however, they're still present and notable, okay? The narrator, Deborah Monk, did a wonderful job bringing life to this story. The story in audiobook form is a little over 7.5 hours long. The story is entertaining and a good read. This would be a great day read if you're listening to the audiobook. If reading the physical copy of the book, it might be a good curl-up weekend read, but pretty quick read. The ending could lead to another book, but I don't think there has been a sequel published at this point. I believe this book came out in 2012, so there has been plenty of time that if there were to be a sequel, I would have thought it'd be done by now. And I didn't see a sequel. I mean, I would like to see what the next chapter of George's life would be like. I would definitely pick it up if another book was made. But at this current time, I don't think there has been one. There are discussion questions at the end of the physical copy book, so I will refer you to those to get the conversation going. This book was comical, it had drama, and it was a well-rounded story. Now I'll tell you, people wrote this about the book. In this hilarious Southern fried novel, Belle Georgia Bottoms cuts a sassy swath through the Alabama town her family has occupied for generations. Though the clan was once prosperous, Georgia now makes ends meet with help from a round robin of lovers. Riffs on small town hypocrisy and racial tensions enliven the plot. But it's the unsinkable Georgia who makes the book delicious. So I will have to agree. This story will have you turn to the pages to see how the shenanigans play out. So I give this book a 10 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I laughed. I was like, oh, shucks. Uh-oh. So if you haven't read the book, I suggest you do so. And then after reading it, let me know what you think. Now, if you have read the book, go ahead and comment your thoughts. I want to know what you think about it too. So this wraps up this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for more to come. Although, if you subscribe and click the little bell, you will be notified of when a new review is uploaded. Okay, so you don't have to go searching. It comes right to you. And by the way, go ahead and click those like and share buttons as well. And as always, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.